Hey y'all. So, childhood traumas as a mother, ain't it? Excuse me, got a little allergy. All right. I'm gonna throw a disclaimer in here real quick before I get started, before I forget, because I might kind of speedball a little bit through this story. For any of my family members who see this, run across this, look at this, find this, somebody send it to you, y'all get it through the grapevine, the internet, wherever, okay, somebody tell you about it, whatever, nobody's name will be used unless you give me permission to use your name, okay? And everything that I say out of my mouth, it will be some family issue or something, but it's for me, to heal me, not to bash anybody. The hurt is already done. The damage is already done. Now I'm just talking about it. Because if I don't talk about it, it's going to consume me and kill me, and I don't want that. I got 2 girls that I'm trying to be better for them and teach them and show them a better way. Because right now, my oldest, she reacts to stuff the same way I react to stuff, okay? And I don't want that. I want to teach her how to talk things out. Let's talk about it. Let's this, that, that. We ain't got to be all WPS and all that. But let's talk about it. Let's handle it a different way. I want to create a better individual. And I went the wrong way. But that's okay. I ain't tripping. Because I'm going to go up now. Anyway, I meant to go the other way so I can come back around. Don't matter. Yeah, and I think I'm gonna go all the way up to the last and then come back over. Anyway, so this childhood trauma is when your mama don't believe you. Okay. So I was about 14. My sister was moving into this apartment. I'm originally from Chicago. I've been down here in South Carolina for 12 years. So I was 14. My sister was moving into this project building in Chicago. I can't remember the name of it, but it was on 43rd and Cottage Grove. So anybody on here from Chicago, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. It was like 3 or 4 buildings on this little piece of land from 43rd and Cottage Grove to like 45th or 44th, or no, 39th. Anyway, this little piece of land had a school behind it too, so y'all know what I'm talking about. Not too far from Drexel and all that other stuff. Anyway, my sister was moving into this apartment, and my mama and her were running back and forth to our family house to get her stuff to move in with her kids. At this time, my sister had 3 kids, 2 girls and a boy, and they was all 11 months apart. And we had a minister from the church that was supposed to be coming to bless the house. Bless the house. Not touch on people. But anyway, getting ahead of myself. So he's supposed to be there. So he's sitting at the house, you know, while they going back and forth, getting all the stuff, this, that, and the third. And I done feed the kids. They in the back room playing with their toys and stuff, you know, keeping their little self occupied because they happy they got their own room, whatever. So me and him, we in the front, and I'm sitting on these long boxes that was in my sister's apartment. I think it was a table. Anyway, I'm sitting on these boxes reading my book because I was a big nerd, still am, whatever. So I'm reading the book, and he come walk up and stand over me. Now, I've always had this thing about people looming over me, being over me. I never liked none of that. Don't do that. So when he did that, it made me stand up. And when I stood up, I was in between his arms like this, with him holding his arms around me, and I'm in the middle. And I'm like, what? Like, what you want? What do you want? He immediately started going for my chest. Now, at 14, I knew what SA was because my mother had told me about it. Well, I won't say she told me about it, but you know how you hear family talk? That's what I had heard. I heard family talk about the SA because it didn't just happen to my mother. And my mother is the oldest, okay? I should have stayed where the fuck I've been at. My mother is the oldest. So, that shit. Why do y'all turn so slow? So sorry. That's the problem I have out here in South Carolina. Everybody drives fucking slow. Anyway. So, wow, you finally made it in front of me with that little raggedy Kia. But okay. Anyway, back to the story. So, we had heard it through the grapevine. You know, me and my cousins are listening at the door, hearing them argue about this, that, and the third. So-and-so did this, blah, 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 did that, right? Shit like that. So I knew about it from that, and then talking to my cousins and stuff, they told me about it. Talking to my cousins, they had kind of wired me up on what SEX was, because they was older than me. They was messing with boys and stuff like that. They wasn't being hot, but they was being, normal teenagers, whatever. So I already knew what it was, but I wasn't doing none of that stuff because I was 14. Shit, I was still playing with dolls and stuff. Still getting baby dolls for Christmas and video games and shit, Game Boys and stuff. I wasn't thinking about no Smacks. What? Now, I knew Smacks was crazy because Smacks bring babies. Come on. Didn't I just say they drive slow? By the time y'all finish coming, this car gonna come and I'm gonna be mad because I'm gonna be blocked in here. Y'all era. Anyway. Oh, wrong way. I need to go straight. See? Irritated. Anyway, so I knew what it was, but I wasn't doing none of that. I was playing with video games, baby dolls, and stuff like that. So I was still innocent until this happened, right? And when he had me like that, when I stood up and I had my head like this trying to get away and he touching all on me, I'm like, stop trying to push him away. He ain't like that. So he grabbed my hands like this and pinned them up over my head. That's why to this day, I don't pin my hands over my head. I was supposed to go to Latin, but I ain't gonna tell nobody. Don't pin my hands over my head, none of that. I don't like none of that, okay? So, when he did that, I started fighting even more, and I'm scared. I'm not crying physically, but I'm crying on the inside. I'm like, I don't know how to explain it, but I remember this emotion. I'm crying but sad at the same time on the inside. And I'm like, what the hell? So I'm steadily trying to get away from him. And he gets my top button to my jeans undone. Then he gets my zipper undone. And right when he get ready to go to places he not supposed to be, somebody knocked on the door. Saved by the bell, huh? So when that happened, it was this little chocolate brown boy at the door. And he asked through the door, so-and-so live here, so-and-so here. And the man name, remember I said I wasn't saying no names, but see, he's dead. He's dead now, been dead a good long time, and so is his wife. I don't know his people don't know me. I ain't trying to find them. Hope they don't find me, and if they do, what you gonna do? I'm telling my truth. It is what it is. Anyway, so he did that. And when he said he opened the screen door to tell the little boy, hold on, nobody live here by that name. We just moved in here. That was my cue. I ran out that door behind that little boy. And we ran down that hallway together. Now, he was in front of me, but I was right behind him. By the time we got to the bottom of them stairs, and I went to the back of that building to sit on this, like, little silver guardrail thing in the parking lot to wait on my mama to come back, he was gone. This little boy had to be an angel because I never saw this little boy again. He did not go up the stairs because, see, I think it was like 16 or 17 floors in this building. And my sister got lucky to live on the second floor. Never saw this little boy again. Going to the corner store. My sister lived in this apartment for a good little minute. Yeah, she lived in this apartment for a good little minute until she had her fourth child. I think that's when she started having problems with that apartment. When she had her fourth child. So anyway, so by that time, by this, I never see the little boy anymore. So that's how I really knew deep down that angels is for real, God is for real, and so is the devil, okay? So I never saw this little boy again. I ran out, and I did not tell my mama right away, but I told her like a day or two later. But see, here's the thing. My mom was SA'd by her people as a little girl. So when I come to you and I tell you this happened to me, why didn't you believe me? Or take some type of accountability to say, let me check it out, let me find out, let me do this, let me do that. Even if that nigga lied, you still should have been on my side because it happened to you, right? Why would I lie about that? I don't really know nothing about no smacks. I don't really know no SA. I do now because it's happening to me. And this is when I found out it happens in many forms. It's not just with the fingers and the eggplants and stuff like that. It's a lot of stuff that goes into this and different things like that. And they ain't gonna let you out. Oh, I'm so sorry, sir. I was trying to let you out. And you know, so with these things happening, I'm like, why wouldn't you believe me? I'm your child anyway. With her not believing me, she might understand, or maybe she'll understand more if she ever sees this video, when she sees this video, that broke something in me to the point that I didn't want to tell her nothing anymore. I didn't want to trust her with any information. Even to this day, I'm in my 40s. I'm 41 years old. I still have a hard time telling my mother certain things that I want her to know, certain important, vital information that I would like to share with her. I have to tell her after I've accomplished it or something, but I really tell her certain stuff right up front because she kind of broke that trust, and it's hard. That was a hard thing for me to get over, and then I came and told you didn't believe me. You ran back to your mom and them, told all them, and then I gotta listen to them every time I come over. Oh girl, you up there lying about people touching you at church and all that. Girl, you too fat for somebody won't touch you. You just a fat girl. You ain't no girl. Don't nobody. What? All right, ma'am. Ain't nobody want your ass either, but he got you. So, what are you talking about? Where are you getting this information from? Because you're way the fuck wrong. Sorry for the cussing, but hey, this is an adult channel. This is not for kids, okay? So, you ain't believe me. It broke trust in me. I didn't ever want to tell you much anymore. It stems till now, but that was my thing. How could you not believe me when I told you the truth right off the bat? So that's what it started, a whole long thing of me being a liar and this, that, and the third, of me being a liar and a thief in the family. And I did that because I was hurt. I was angry. Nobody believed me. Nobody did nothing. Y'all talked about me. Nobody tried to help me. What's wrong? Why you like nothing? You know, everybody just pushed it under the rug. And that's one thing about my family. They like to push stuff under the rug, and I hate that about it. Nothing gets solved, resolved, none of that with everything being pushed under the rug. We need to solve these things. We need to fix these things. Address these things. If you talk about it, it's not going to go away, but it'll help that person get over it, deal with it better, look at it different, something, you know. So now, with me telling her that it was Reverend Chisholm, she didn't believe that. She didn't want to hear that. That's the almighty Reverend. He this, he that. He been a minister all these years. Girl, so what? The devil was a minister, angel too, and what? Look what happened to him. God kicked him straight up out of heaven. Anyway, so with that being said, she didn't believe me. So I lied on another man in the church, and I cannot remember his name, but I remember his face. Dark skinned, tall man. He was kind of slow, and I didn't know he was slow at the time, but I knew something was different about him or whatever. And this is how I found out, realized what autism or autistic is, because he had those characteristics. Even as a little girl, you could tell something's off. He was off a little bit anyway. So I lied on this man. This man ain't had nothing to do with me, but I will say one thing. That man gave me the creeps. He really did give me the creeps. This is why I don't like certain men. If your vibe or whatever come off wrong, I will not be real close around you. I keep my distance until I get to know you, and then I'll, you know. Anyway, so I lied on this man. She believed that shit. She believed that, and that really did something else to me. Like, you would believe this lie over the truth? I told you who it was. I told you who it was. I told you who it was, mama. Now, I'm gonna blow y'all socks on. You know who else knew he was a predator, but she didn't say nothing. And she probably was glad they never had children, or that when she met him, her children was already grown. His wife. Okay, so now I got to get into it deeper. I think this is what, and now that I'm telling this story, it's making me remember more stuff. This probably what made him feel like he had the right, or he had gave him the audacity to do what he did to me. Because my mama used to go out of town with some family members, and they had this little sister girl or sisterhood circle. They would go out of town every year to Las Vegas. Every year. And sometimes I would be at my auntie house, and it started out like that at first. My auntie grandma house, the family house in Chicago. I would be at that. It started out with me being at that house, but then things happened. Mama fell out with grandma, fell out with the two sisters, fell out with the kids, whatever. So now I'm starting to go to his house. I went to his house 2 times, and then I went to his niece's house 1 time, because she went to our church too. Anyway, so she by me being over at his house, he never did nothing to me in his house. Never. But you waited right good till he got me to my sister's house, and that's when he got me. And I was like, what the hell? So his wife must have picked up on the cues or whatever from me, because them first two times that I ever came to his house, to their house, Miss Loretta slept in the room with him. Okay, and I was on the couch. They had like this little fold-out couch thing, but it was real nice and sturdy, like a little fold-out bed, like a little ottoman thing, but it was a bed with a little pillow thing on it. So I slept on that, right? This lady, this next time, cause see, I slept at their house the 2 years before. Then the 3rd year, I slept at Rita's house, because she lived closer to where my school bus was, and that allowed me to be able to still go to school and everything from her house. Hated it. Anyway, and then this last time I think this was the last time my mama went to Las Vegas. She went one more time, I think, after this, and then after that she never went no more. So this last time that I stayed at their house, I was at their house, about a week or so. I had to go to school and all that. Do you know this lady slept in the living room with me? She slept in the living room with me. Okay? So you knew on some level that your husband was some type of predator. Because why would you sleep in the living room? I was thankful. And this is also why I don't like to sleep without now I've gotten better with it now that I've had my youngest daughter, but I used to did not sleep without the TV light on. You could not pay me, because I realized the TV light keeps her on, keeps her awake, so I don't sleep with the TV light on anymore. But for a long time, for years, and my mama could not understand for nothing why I had to sleep with the TV light on. And I'm like, Mama, you ain't gonna never get it, I had to keep that TV light on to make sure that man wasn't creeping up on me in his house. Because see, by the time, this last time that I went to his house, he had already did the SA to me. Okay, and I had already told my mama, but my mama didn't believe me, so she still sent me over there. Okay, that's what I'm saying. I can't remember where I ended up for the last one. Either I don't think I stayed home alone, because she was not leaving me home alone. I might have either stayed home with my cousins or something. They might have came over or something. But I know after that, last time I stayed at his house, she might have went one more time after that, and then they didn't go no more. And after that, and Mama did this for like 7 years straight. Yeah, Mama did this for a long time, going to Las Vegas. So, and Miss Loretta was her name, his wife, that she finally passed on maybe a few years after him, maybe 7 or 8 years after him. She finally went on about her business, be with the Lord. But yeah, she knew. That's why she slept on that couch with me. That's why she did what she did, and I thank her for that. And to my mom, I love you. You made some mistakes. Nobody comes with a rule book. Nobody comes with all the answers. You did your best, but I wish you had to believe me more. Dang, man, it's really the sun all in my face, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. My little face getting washed out, and I can't block this, because the sun right on me. I can't get it off me till I get off this back road, and I got a ways to go on this road. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and let this go. Childhood trauma is real. I'm trying to heal. Y'all let me know down in the comments below. I can't even see my own face. Y'all let me know down in the comments below if y'all had liked this video, what kind of other content y'all want to see, other things like that. I got a lot of more stories coming. This one is horrible. Let me know if my volume is good. Let me know. You know, just let me know. I can't tell you that sun is bright as hell. Alright, but I'm gonna let y'all go because I can't see, I can't hold the phone and drive at the same time. So alright, I'll hit y'all later, and y'all be easy out there. Alright.